Yo, what it do? GG Nation, GG Legion, your fellow against Straussman the GG. And yeah, it's been a minute. It's been a while. So we we've been a little busy this year. I've had a lot of family trips, went to Vegas and all that. So I'm excited to be back. We're gonna make it up to you this month because we're gonna be pretty busy with pods this month. We're gonna do a Spider-Man 2 spoiler cast. We're going to do the aftermath of the Game Awards, which will probably be a quick one because we'll just talk about what we think really quickly about that one. And then what to expect for 2024 at the end of the year. So we'll get you some four pods this month. And obviously, it is the annual Game of the Awards prediction show, episode 400 billion, 3 divided by 2 plus 1. But we're glad to be back. It's awesome. It's exciting. And I can't wait. This is always one of my favorite times of the year, little Louie. How about yourself? I love
Oh yeah,
the Game Awards prediction show.
yeah. This is the best time of the year. Christmas time, Thanksgiving, Game Awards. Hopefully, we get some nice surprises this year
Yeah.
from Jeff.
I'm
So
hoping. I'm hoping
I'm
too. This is
I'm
actually
excited.
episodes. Go ahead.
I'm excited. I'm excited. It's
Yeah.
been what, a couple of months, right? 6 months exactly.
Yeah.
So
We're back, baby. I'm excited. We didn't mean for it to be this long. We've just been a little busy, so apologize. Because I saw we had some new subs on the way too. So thank you so much for subbing to the channel all this time. And I'm looking to upgrade the channel a little bit, work on some lighting and stuff. This is actually episode 75, the Game Awards prediction show. If you're not used to the Game Awards prediction show, what the Game Awards is Jeff Keighley's big game awards for Game of the Year. They have multiple different categories. He has a lot of pull in the industry, so he gets a lot of big announcements. He's had some of the biggest announcements, Joker and Smash Brothers for Persona. He had Mortal Kombat 11 unveiled there, Bayonetta 3 unveiled there, the unveiling of the Xbox Series X there. So he's got some pull. He's hyping it up like he always does. He's very good at hyping his show up. That there's going to be some surprises and pretty little to no pre-show, which I'm kind of excited about. That disclaimer, though, we are not doing every single category. What we do here is just the ones we like, and then we do what we think is going to win and what we actually want to win. So, and we're going to throw our predictions in the middle of that, too. We're going to have some fun with that. I got quite a few predictions on hand. But let's start out with, first of all, how you doing, little Louie, and what you been gaming this last few weeks here?
well, I've been working on the seasons for 2K, a little NHL here and there. See, I platinumed Assassin's Creed Mirage,
Marie.
PS4 and PS5. Um, not really that much over the last couple of months. There's been a lot of stuff going on, so
Yeah.
haven't been able to get into the things I would like to get into. So because of real life issues, but otherwise, everything is good.
Yep.
It's a happy day in paradise.
For sure, for sure. I'm good. I'm glad to hear it. And thank you so much for coming back. And we're gonna have some fun again, podding again. Uh, I just started Assassin's Creed Mirage. And I kind of agree with you with I'm not too far in. I'm only like a couple hours in. I did a few missions here and there. The combat is a little lackluster, but it's honestly it reminds me of old Assassin's Creed, and I think that's what they were going for. Obviously, with this smaller type game here, is that? But I mean, it's very heavy, parry and insta kill people,
Yep.
basically. And it doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel good. That's the one critique. I did Sonic Frontiers a couple days ago and Persona 5 Tactica Platinum and beat both those games, including the DLC for P5 Tactica. So I'm excited for P3 Reload going on here. So obviously I've been playing a ton of Honkai as well. New characters dropped today, so I've been itching, thinking all day about polls, so I'm excited to see if I have some luck today. But let's get into it. Let's have some fun. And no, we're not starting with Game of the Year. I know I put it number one here on the list, but we're going backwards order, baby. We're going backwards order. Yeah. All right.
All right.
Number 20, most anticipated. I want to start off. This is such a weird category for me that they had to make an award. I know they do this every year. It's not the first time we did this on the show. It's probably not the first time I said this. But I just find it very weird that they have a most anticipated award for a game that's not even out yet. Just to give out something.
I want to say one thing, though. The games that they have here that are nominated,
Yeah.
like, compared to the games that are bigger, that we are anticipating, that we know that are getting a sequel, like, I don't know, like a Horizon game or Ghost of Tsushima or you know, all this type of stuff. Or GTA 5 is another one, like GTA 6. Excuse me. We've been going with GTA 5 for so long. I'm just so used to it. So I mean, I'm just hypothetically speaking, some of these games are compared to the bigger ones out there.
Yeah, and I think that just shows you how little we know about 2024. So this could really be a big, reward show of reveals. There could be some good stuff here. Or it could be kind of like what we're thinking. Maybe pretty, okay. They'll have some one or two things. I know there's a lot of things to be rumored here. But
yeah,
the most anticipated are Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Hades 2, Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth. If you guys don't know what that is, that's Yakuza 8. That's the sequel to Yakuza 7, Like a Dragon. For some reason, they went away with the Yakuza name. Now it's always Like a Dragon. They're going with that now. So if that's hella confusing, they did it to themselves. But Star Wars Outlaws and Tekken 8. And Star Wars Outlaws is the game by Quantic Dream, the guys that do Beyond Two Souls in them, I think, right? I think it's that team. So, I'm going to give little Louis the honor. What do you want to win, and what do you think is going to win?
Well, for this one, I had the same one. I think Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is going to win. That's what I think, and that's what I expect to win in this area here. No disrespect to the other games here, but I think Final Fantasy itself is very... it's a game that people just love and adore, and especially 7 and the first iteration that we played. So the sequel to the remake 1, especially this part, I've heard a lot of good things about the parts that are coming up next. So I haven't played 7, so I don't know everything that's gonna be coming.
Yes.
But from what I've heard from the internet, from you guys when talking to party, seems like it's exciting times ahead. So
really well said. Really well said, little Louie. Really well said. I think you're right. I think Rebirth, it's probably the most hyped game. We're getting it early too. February, the end of February in 2024. So that's pretty quick. That's a quick turnaround. It's a couple months away. It's not far. I think all these games are going to be pretty good in their own way. Hades 2. I loved Yakuza 7. Like a Dragon, that's really good. So the sequel to Ichiban's story is going to be really fun. Especially since it seems to be like in LA or Miami or something.
Yeah.
Star Wars Outlaws has interesting concept, but we haven't shown enough of it we've seen very little of it. And I'm the one I would like to win, though, is Tekken 8. I'm a big Tekken fan. We're getting that also super early. We're getting that January, and it's kind of crazy to think that Tekken 7's already been out for like 6-7 years already. So, and we're getting Tekken 8 already. To me, it feels like yesterday I just bought that collector's edition of Tekken 7 with the big ass statue over there. But that's our predictions. Let's go on to the next one. 19 Best Adaptation. Castlevania Nocturne, Gran Turismo, the movie, Last of Us, the TV show, the Super Mario Brothers movie, and then the Twisted Metal TV show. I'm going to go first on this one. I think it's pretty obvious that Last of Us will probably win this one. It's very beloved. I've heard nothing but good things. I haven't personally watched it myself, so I don't know. I played the remake or the remakester or the remake of one. Um, when this came around, and I've heard nothing but good things. Everybody's watched this and said it was pretty good. Um, but the only thing I saw from this and the only thing I want to see win is probably the Mario movie. I've heard good things about Twisted Metal though. I've heard great things about Twisted Metal. I've heard great things of Castlevania and Gran Turismo. I just haven't watched any of those things. I'm pretty much a gamer through and through nowadays too. Like either I'm watching some anime or a show really has to click with me, or obviously I go see movies from time to time. But I'm gonna go with I would like the Mario movie to win, and I think Last of Us will win.
I'm in the same boat as you here. I think Last of Us is winning this, and I think today they announced that season 2 is coming out 2025.
Mm-hmm.
So
it makes sense with the part 2 getting remastered as well in January, right? So
yeah, so I think it's the one that will win, but I would like the Mario movie to win. I thought the Mario movie was fun.
Yeah,
I would like to watch the Twisted Metal show.
Me too.
For whatever the reason, I just keep forgetting about it.
Yeah.
Like
I've heard
when
nothing
I'm
but great things.
thinking about what type of shows that I would like to watch,
Yeah.
like it just slips my mind. But I heard a lot of good things about that one.
Me too. I've heard,
except for one episode from one person. So
I've heard nothing but great things about the Twisted Metal show, and I'm shocked because they kind of did something off the wall. They kind of leaned heavily into comedy, which is I guess not a bad choice. It's one of my favorite things is comedy, but I'm definitely going to check out eventually. The next category, Best Multiplayer. Baldur's Gate 3, Diablo 4, Party Animals, which is the same people that did, damn it, I just had it in my head. We used to play it all the time on stream. Man. Street Fighter 6, and then, of course, Super Mario Wonder. What are your predictions, Louie?
Okay, so I would have liked Diablo 4 to win this, but I think Baldur's Gate will take it. So I think Diablo. I don't know much about Baldur's Gate 3 to really judge in that aspect, but I played Diablo 3. I had a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun with people.
Yeah.
We just bought 2, so that's gonna be fun to play. But Baldur's Gate 3 here, without spoiling a lot of stuff, I think it's going to come home with a lot of awards.
That's the feeling I have. I feel like this Game Awards, when I especially looked at our list here,
yeah,
I feel like this is going to be the type of Game Awards where it's very, Baldur's Gate 3 and Zelda pretty much win everything. I don't feel like this is going to be the type of year where they have multiple other games win. That you're like, oh, okay, I didn't expect that game to win. They're going to win that category. I don't feel like that's going to happen. I feel like Baldur's Gate 3 came out like RKO out of nowhere and just hammered people.
Last year's show, we had Elden Ring and we had God of War, right?
Yes.
They won a lot of awards. That's kind of how we felt last year too.
Yeah. So, the year before that was pretty fun because there was a lot of things that just won.
Yep.
There wasn't a definitive, oh shit, that's going to win. But I'm going to go with, what I would like to win is probably Street Fighter 6. I think Street Fighter 6 is a actually awesome fighting game. They really did a great job catering to all types of people, casual, hardcore. They have a lot of fun characters. It's a huge improvement over 5. It's only getting better. They're going to keep adding more and more characters. They're having amazing, crossovers. I know they're having a crossover with Spy X Family, which is a huge popular anime, which is kind of interesting, kind of out there too, but it kind of makes sense with the character creator and stuff that you want to, buy stuff for your character and dress them up and stuff like that. I think Diablo I think Diablo and Super Mario Wonder deserve some love on this too, but I'm with you. I think it's Baldur's Gate 3. Like I didn't even know that game had like multiplayer for the longest time. Like I didn't
Yeah,
even know. It
neither
was,
did I. We talked about that in the party.
yeah,
We were like, oh, this got multiplayer
yeah.
for real.
So we could all. I put it on my wish list. It's one of the games I'm gonna pick up. I don't know if I'm gonna pick it up for Christmas, but it might be on my Christmas list. For sure because it's just too good. It's got too many ratings, so I definitely want to try it out. At least give it a shot. We'll see how it goes. All right, Lou's favorite categories: best sports and racing. EA Football Club 24, F1 23, Forza, which is like Forza 20 at this point, but they like rebooted the name. Hot Wheels Unleashed 2, and Crew Motor Fest. I think it's my turn, right? I have to go first?
Yep. Yep.
What I think and what I want is going to be the same thing. I think Forza, I think it's just too obvious. This is basically Forza's award every year. It's very rare. I think Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 won it one year, and then Crash Team Racing won it one year, but they tend to give it to Forza a lot, so I'm leaning towards that.
Yeah, I don't think we need to spend much time in this category. I'm going with Forza. I think it will win. You know my feeling about this category. I've expressed this in the past. I think this needs to be separated, but because there's so many sports games that come out each year, MLB The Show gets no love.
Yeah,
so.
It never does, yeah. All right, best family. God of Rock, Mortal Kombat. Oh no, I'm sorry.
That's fighting.
Yes, I messed up. Best family. Disney Illusion. Like, Mortal Kombat, best family? You sure this is right? Disney Illusion Island, Party Animals, Pikmin 4, Sonic Superstars, Lou's favorite game, and Super Mario Wonder. Take it away, my friend.
I'll go with Wonders here. I think it wins, and I think that's what's going to be called. I was in between here with Pikmin 4, to be quite honest. I didn't know if I liked that game, and it sold well too.
Yeah, it did.
So it sold really well, and I just think that Mario, for whatever the reason is,
Well,
how do you not, it's best for family, little kids, and events, and you can play with 4 people in that game. I haven't even played with anyone in that game yet, so.
Well, like we were just saying before, the games that tend to get nominated for Game of the Year, they tend to win their category. And you're right on the button. I think Super Mario Wonder takes this easily. I really want Pikmin 4 to win, though. I'm a big Pikmin fan. I remember buying, when I got my GameCube for Christmas, and I got my first 2 games ever were Super Smash Bros. Melee. Obviously, you gotta have Melee when you had a GameCube when it came out. And then I had Star Wars Rogue Squadron 2. And my parents, the day after Christmas, took me to Best Buy. And at the time, we only had one Best Buy here in O-Town. And it was all the way by the Florida Mall. And so it was quite the drive for a little impatient guy like me. So when we got over there and we were looking for games they're like, oh, you can get another game for your GameCube or whatever, or a couple games or whatever. And they had they didn't have a very great launch selection. It was basically Smash Brothers, Star Wars, and then Pikmin. And I'm like, I'm getting the Pikmin game. My dad's like, you want the hell is that? Why do you want that? And I'm like, it's a fun puzzle game. And I've been a fan ever since, and I 100%ed it. I beat it all the way through, got every single part, got all the time trials, everything. Love Pikmin. So it's kind of crazy what 2023 we finally got Pikmin 4, and they remastered 3 and 1 and 2, which is cool for the Switch. But little side tangent, this funny Christmas story that I got Pikmin, and I've enjoyed it ever since. So, we're going to best fighting now. I'm reading this one correctly now, this time. God of Rock, which I've never heard of that game. Ever.
No.
Ever. I never heard of that.
I thought it
MK.
was a typo. I thought you would think it God of War for whatever reason.
Yeah, yeah.
When you said it to me, I was like, I don't even know what that is, and I had to look it up myself. So
I didn't know when I wrote that down. I was like, what? Mortal Kombat 1, Nickelodeon All Star Battle Royal, or it's All Star Brawl 2, sorry. And Pocket Bravery, and of course, Street Fighter 6. I think it's my turn, right?
yep,
This is a tough category because it's between a flip of a coin of Street Fighter 6 and Mortal Kombat 1. I don't think the other three have a chance. No offense to them. Obviously, people they made huge improvements of the Nickelodeon All Star Brawl 2 game, and the other two games I'm sure are fun. I don't know of them, but it's a flip of a coin between MK1 and Street Fighter. What I actually think is going to win is probably Mortal Kombat 1. I'm leaning towards that. It's my gut feeling, but I actually kind of want Street Fighter 6 to win this. Both of these games are excellent. Like Mortal Kombat 1's really good. The combat's a lot more fun than Mortal Kombat 11. Street Fighter 6, the ease of use of it, like everybody can play that game. Very fun combat, great fighters, great selection of fighters. Same thing with Mortal Kombat. They got a great. Obviously, they're rolling out the celebrity money for that game. Obviously, John Cena is going to be in it soon, and Homelander, and then we just got Omni Man in that game. So that's where I'm leaning, but it could easily go the other way too.
yeah. For this one, I was having a little bit of trouble myself. I went with Mortal Kombat. Um, I think that's what's gonna win. Street Fighter Six, though, like you said, man, any year it is a flip of the coin. But you're going against Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
I think it's got a little bit of the edge in this category here. Not that Street Fighter is any type of slouch, but the other games though in this category, uh, that's rough. You literally gotta go against two really good fighting games.
You really do. And Street Fighter 6, 92 Metacritic score. Mortal Kombat 1, like 86, 87 Metacritic score. Literally
Yeah.
two titans, and you're put up against that. Like, you have no shot of them. And nothing against those other games. I'm sure they're fun and they have their merits, but we're gonna do best RPG, and then after that we're gonna do some predictions, and then go all the way up to Game of the Year, and then finish off our predictions, and then we're gonna do Game of the Year itself. So just giving you guys a heads up, giving little Louis a heads up. Best RPG: Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy 16, Lies of P. And it's actually Sea of Stars, but I guess I accidentally
A sign of stars.
yeah, they either corrected me or it says it's Sea of Stars, the indie darling. And then Starfield. The only time I think it got nominated for any category was this one, and it's a loaded one. Take it away, little Louie.
All right, so what I would like to win in this category is Final Fantasy 16. I really enjoyed that game. I platinumed that game, but I think Baldur's Gate 3 is taking this.
You definitely enjoyed that game.
Don't get me started.
Man, I'm really we're really thinking alike. I really feel the same way. I enjoyed the hell out of 16. If it came out any other year, it would legit probably have at least a nomination for Game of the Year. Man, I just want to put. I forgot to even say this. What a effing amazing year of video games it has been. This year has been excellent. There's been so many games that I wanted to do spoiler casts on the channel that I haven't even got to play yet, like Dead Space, Harry Potter, Star Wars Jedi Survivor. I haven't got to play any of those yet, and I have them all. 16, we didn't get to do that one. We didn't get to do RE4 remakes either. We're doing Spider-Mans. I know it's a little late, but we will be doing Spider-Man 2 spoiler cast. Most likely next week. But it's been a fantastic. I mean, what a wonderful year to be a gamer. I mean, it's been crazy nonstop. Almost every month, action-packed game after action-packed game, and then the big surprise of Baldur's Gate 3. And I'm with you. I think 16 is the one I would like to win, but I think Baldur's Gate 3 is gonna take this one. I think it's pretty clear as day. So
before we move on real quick, I just want to ask you though.
no
Starfield, do you
questions.
feel like that? Huh?
No questions. None. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
You feel like Starfield is getting right into the stick here at this Game Awards? I mean, it's like you said, it's not in any other category. Do you think it deserves to be in any other category, or
I don't want to sound like a jerk or an a-hole because I really
yeah,
do enjoy Microsoft, but no. No, I think the better game got most of the other categories, and that was Hi-Fi Rush. They had like a 90 Metacritic score. That game was a huge surprise. It was a day one drop for them. Literally, they had a unveiling. They had like a little press conference of it, had an unveiling, and the game came out, and people loved
yep,
it. That was the better game this year. Redfall, Starfield, nothing wrong with it. It's a solid game, very fun game. One of Randy Orton's favorite games to play. If you watched that podcast earlier today,
I never got past the 10-minute mark. I had to do something,
yeah,
but I
watch
got to
it.
finish that.
Watch it's really good. It's really good. That's why I sent it to you because I know it's pretty good. But no, I don't think so. I think if it was any other year, yes, Starfield absolutely deserves to be in more categories. And this is not to take away from how great it is or how you enjoy it. That's the thing about the Game Awards. People get too caught up like this is the end all be all. Like you need to be recognized for something. But
Yeah,
this is a bunch. This is over 100 judges that are judging on these games, and to me, it doesn't matter as long as you love the game and enjoy the game. That could be your game of the year. You can enjoy it all you want. But personally speaking, no, I don't think it had high enough meta to warrant to be, with Baldur's Gate, Zelda, and some of these other games that in these categories. I'm actually I actually thought it got skunked. I forgot it got nominated for Best RPG. So, I really thought it got skunked. I know the Twitterverse was very upset with that. They really love that game. The Xbox people really love that game, and rightfully so. But you don't need it to be nominated for anything for you to love it. Just enjoy it and play the fuck out of it. That's what I say. But yeah, that's how I truly feel. I feel like it the better game got nominated, and that was Hi-Fi Rush.
yep.
All right, let's start off with some of our predictions. I'm gonna let little Louie soften the blow because I want to see where he's going.
I don't want to say one of my obvious ones yet, but I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go on a limb and I'm gonna say that Elden Ring's DLC is gonna be here.
I also had that one. I
You did?
I also had that one. I put with date. We'll actually have
With
a
date?
trailer with a date revealing of it. And I agree with you. I agree with you. I think it's time. It was weird. They just randomly one day on Twitter say, "Oh yeah, we're doing DLC." Jeff seems to have a lot of pull from Software and Miyazaki. So I think we see a trailer with the date here. I'm with you 100%. That game was huge, monstrous hit last year. You know, favorite amongst some of our friends, let's just say. Very, very popular game. One of my favorite games last year. Excellent fucking game Elden Ring was. So I'm excited for the DLC. I'm interested to see where it goes, and it sounds like it's probably going to be a big one too. Usually they tend to have multiple DLCs for From Software. Like Dark Souls 3 got like 3 DLCs. Sounds like this one's just going to be a big fucking DLC. Like it's going to be a big boy. But I also had that one. That I think that's a smart one to have. I think that's a given. I think that will happen. I'm going to go out on a limb for Sony. I actually don't think this is gonna happen, but I'm gonna say it anyway. First showing of Wolverine will be shown here. No
That's a
date.
good one.
No date. Sony's very, very quiet for 2024. So I'm excited to see what they do with Wolverine, especially since it's going to be an M-rated game. I know some people aren't excited for the Wolverine game, but I'm interested to see where they go, and especially since it's in the same. Obviously, it's in the same universe as Spider-Man, so I'm expecting there's going to be some crossover at some point. So, what's your next one, Little Louie?
I have.
We'll do like half of ours, and then we'll do the second half after.
Yeah, yeah. I have. It's been rumored, and I believe it's going to be here. Either the God of War sequel or it's going to be a DLC that's going to be here. I don't think both. I'm not going to go on a limb and say both is going to be there. It's going to be one or the other is going to be there.
Yeah.
So I don't think both is in the cards.
It's
so
really, that would be monumental for two occasions, for two things.
Yeah.
Pretty soon, big turnaround pretty soon, and then B, having a, God of War 2018 got no DLC, got no expansion. It was just the game itself. Obviously, one game of the year that year. Ragnarok getting a DLC would be big, and the rumor of Atreus and stuff, that would be huge. If they did the Atreus spin-off game that you mentioned in the spoiler cast, way back when, a while ago,
many moons ago,
that would be wild because they never did that ever again. The only time they ever did it was with Miles Morales. So that would be big. I think you made a good point of this off camera that there should be this world of, I don't want to say mini games because a 20-hour, a 10-hour, 12-hour game is not mini to me. That's what games used to be. Like now we're getting into Sony exclusives that are 50, 60, 70 hours long. It takes like a lot of time, but that, like, people are trying to equate time for quality, and that doesn't work all the time. You can still, like, the Uncharted's were pretty short, but they were all really fucking good, right? So that would be big, and there could be a great market here for them to capitalize on. I think they won't do that. I think they're just gonna go big or go home. That seems like Sony's mentality. But there should be somebody like you inside that's whispering in the ear, like, hey, we got a market here. We should take advantage of it. And that helps close the gap for the next game.
Yeah, I was also thinking in particular, if you think about, they wanted to make another sequel of 2018 and it come out in 2020. It was
supposed to be a trilogy, yes.
Yeah, so I think they can do a turnaround so quickly just because they kind of have everything mapped out, like what they want to do with their franchise going forward. So I'm wondering if maybe it's not a DLC, maybe it is like the next sequel game, maybe it is an Atreus game, or maybe they just move on fully and this is going to be their big game when whatever they plan on going.
Yeah, like
mythology.
Or yep.
So
good call. Yeah. My next one, I'm gonna stay in Sony because I got Microsoft and Nintendo and a few others in here as well. But my next one, I'm gonna stay in Sony realm. I'm gonna keep saying it until it happens, and I'll be right one day. Bloodborne PS5 remaster.
Oh my god! If that would have happened, it would take over the Game Awards. That would be that's what we would remember this Game Awards being.
Yeah,
is that the remaster of or remake or whatever they want to call it.
Whatever you want to call Bloodborne. It. Yeah, I think it's time. People in the gaming industry saying it's a real thing. They've heard of it or something. So, well, say, is it time and place to do it? Probably not, but I'm gonna say yeah. Let's get it rolling here. Let's get that PS5 remaster going. What's your next one?
This one, and I think it's time. I think we see Final Fantasy 16's DLC here.
That's that's a good one. I forgot about that. They announced that a while ago. Like they said, yeah, they're looking to do two DLCs for this game, right? That's that's a good one. You think date or anything like full trailer? What do you expect? Just a little CGI announcement?
No, I don't think that. I don't think we're at the point. I think we will see a date, or like an expectation date. So
Yeah,
maybe I don't know, say winter or fall of 2024.
yeah.
But I think we will see
Sounds
a
about right.
trailer. So
That
yeah, if we see some CGI, that means it ain't coming out 2025. I highly doubt that. Highly doubt that.
especially how fast they're turning around. I'm like, it's pretty crazy. We got seven rebirth and 16 between like 6 months from each other. That's pretty crazy to even think. That's two big IPs, two big Final Fantasy games. A new one and then a new remaster. Um, I'm gonna go to. Okay, I'll save that. I'll save that one. I'm gonna go with Microsoft here, and I'm gonna say Hellblade 2 finally gets a release date. Another big trailer here, and full blown release date. Game's coming 2024. I'm gonna just
And
say
that's what I
summer.
had on my list. I had
Okay.
that on my list.
Yeah, yeah. Like I think it's time. It's been very odd. We've heard about this game for many years since Series X has come out. We've only seen a couple trailers. Sounds like they got a late start on it. I know the Game Awards. I don't know if it was a year or two ago. I don't know if it was last year or the year before. We got another unveiling of it. I think it's time to have a date. I think it's time to show this game again and be like, hey, this is coming out, whatever, 2024, 2025. I think it's time.
Um, I don't know if you want to move on or
How
I
many more
still got
you
a couple.
got?
I still got more. Let's see. I got quite a few more.
Me too. I got quite a few too. So let's do one
So
more each, and then we'll do the rest on
okay,
before the Game of the Year stuff. Uh,
okay. I have Spider-Man DLC.
oh, okay, nice.
Yep. I think I don't
Any
know.
any prediction on the DLC?
See, that's what I was about to ask you. I don't know if we're gonna see Venom yet.
Yeah,
I don't know because they did what about three or four of them, right?
yeah,
So for the first game, so maybe we just get something very simple, um, something 6 to 8 hour experience, maybe
yeah,
not even 4 to 6.
yeah.
So
Okay, so maybe what Black Cat stuff? No
yeah,
Carnage yet. Nothing like that.
no
Yeah,
Carnage yet. I think that would be later on.
yeah. That's kind of how I was kind of feeling too. Um, I think that could be a possibility. I think they've been coy on it, and the Candyman himself said he only 10% of his lines he recorded were used in Spider-Man 2, so that means there's a lot more Venom somewhere, whether it's a game or DLC or whatever they're gonna do. My next one is just gonna be an easy one before we have some fun with the crazy outlandish ones. I'm gonna say Baldur's Gate 3 gets a release date reveal for Microsoft for Xbox because I know
Oh,
they've
for
had.
Game Pass.
Yeah, they got a lot. Well, that game, I don't know if you know. Shout out to Prandy, friend of the show. He's been bringing this up all the time. Um, is that it's still not on the Xbox. Like they're having trouble making it work on the Xbox. So I think they're gonna re-unveil it with a release date saying, "Hey, it comes out after the show or some shit," something like that, or they'll have a release date down the road or something. But that's my prediction. It's an easy one because I think it's pretty much 100% gonna happen. I think I'd be shocked if it didn't personally.
That's very similar to what I had. I had that Baldur's Gate would join Game Pass. So
Same thing. Yeah, fine. Yeah.
Same thing, yeah.
Yeah.
So very similar.
All right, we'll save the rest before game of the year. Let's continue to a couple of interesting category name wise, because it's best action slash adventure and then best action. Best action slash adventure, Alan Wake 2. Spider-Man 2. RE4 Remake, Jedi Survivor, and Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. I forgot who went, so I'm going to let you go.
I said that I think Spider-Man 2 would win this.
Oh!
I think it's gonna win it, but I predicted that Zelda takes this. I think Spider-Man 2 is very fresh.
You want Spider-Man to win, but you think Zelda's win. I got you.
Yeah. So, I think Spider-Man 2 is very fresh. I think it's gonna be the last thing that people remember. Plus, Zelda's gonna be around for a lot of other awards, and they're gonna win a lot of other awards. So, I think this is gonna be one of the rare times Spider-Man 2 gets a nod here.
Question for you: how about the Alan Wake 2 recency bias? Huge hit for Remedy. Great effing scores for the game. Does it have a shot in this category at all, you think?
I don't know. It's a pretty juggernaut category.
It is. This
one's
pretty
quite
loaded.
honest. I mean, I think if Alan Wake 2 wins this award, I think it's got a good shot to win other awards.
I think so, yeah.
But I just think that there's too many Godzillas and King Kongs here, Kings of the monster games here. I just don't think I appreciate the love that it got, but I don't think it's gonna get the love necessary for some of these categories. And this is one of them.
Yeah.
This is one of them. So
my prediction is I think Zelda wins this. I'm with you, spot on. I think Tears of the Kingdom is going to take this one home. But I want RE4 Remake to win this one. I think it would be awesome. I don't think it does, though. I do think Zelda's going to take it. RE4 Remake and RE2 Remake are definitely master classes of how to do a remake. Not only changing things up appropriately in terms of adding new gameplay elements, new stuff to the story, making the story make more sense now. Still keeping some of the silliness and fun in it, not getting rid of that charm. But it's how Capcom literally has a great formula, and they're not stopping. They just said there's more remakes on the way. I know a lot of people groaned at that a couple days ago, but Capcom really has a chance to really bring back a lot of franchises and make a lot of money, and I hope it's not just all Resident Evil remakes. I hope, they remake Devil May Cry 1. I hope they remake Dino Crisis. I hope they, bring some other things back and give them a second chance at life a little bit. But excellent game. Huge Metascore, 93 Metascore. A lot of people's favorite game of the year was Resident Evil 4 Remake. And Resident Evil, famously, this is the last time Resident Evil 1 Game of the Year was with Resident Evil 4 all the way back in, 2006 or something. 2004, I think. Sorry, 2004. All the way back. So, they did a really great job keeping the charm of that original game and then adding to it and making it better. And, of course, the gore effects are great. The story's great. And it's just, obviously, just a fun game. It's a game a game about learning how to play it and, speed running it and beating it. It was one of my favorite games of the year for sure. It was awesome, from top to bottom. Let's go to the most interesting category, in my opinion, is Best Action Game. So many unique titles in this that are not nominated for Game of the Year, which is really fun. This makes this category the most fun in my personal opinion. But Armored Core 6, Dead Island 2, Ghost Runner 2, Hi-Fi Rush, and then Remnant 2. A lot of twos in there. Little Louie. My turn, though.
Yep.
I do think Hi-Fi Rush has a legit shot to win this category. But my pick and my want, even though I didn't play it this year, I want to pick it up, is Armored Core 6. I think it's taking this category hands down. That was an amazing action game. It brought Armored Core back because all the other Armored Cores weren't that good since 2 or 3. I think 3. 4 and multiple versions of 5 were not really great, but 6 was a fantastic experience, and the crazy mechanics and combos and how you could build your robot up in the craziest way looked really awesome. So that's my pick.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you here. I really want Armored Core 6 to win this, but I think it is going to go to Hi-Fi. I think.
Yeah.
So I really want them to win. It's probably one of the rare categories that Xbox is going to win something here. No, the Forza.
Ooh.
Well, just saying some facts here. They'll win the sports one. Best sports and racing. Bad combo, but yeah. The other one that I was leaning towards was Remnant 2.
Yeah.
I've heard some people really like that game. They put it in high regards.
That one, that was another surprise that year that kind of came out and was really, really good. Another one that I got on the wish list that has multiplayer in it too. So the Super Best Friends might have to do that one. Sometime.
I think I saw it on sale for $30 somewhere too recently. Yep. So maybe I'll pick it up. Maybe I'll scoop it if you end up getting it.
I'm thinking about that too. There's a lot of games we still haven't got a chance to play this year. I still want to pick up.
Yep.
The only reason why I put this next one on here is because I played the hell out of this game, not on my phone, but on the PS5. But best mobile game: Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis, Hello Kitty Island Adventure. By the way, that used to be a South Park joke, and they actually made it a game. That's weird, dude. That's very funny.
Yeah.
Honkai Star Rail, Monster Hunter, and then Terra Nil. I'm going to let the master of all mobile games, Little Louie, handle this.
Yeah, the guy that hasn't played a single mobile game. I'm going to go here. I think it's very popular. I'm going to go Honkai Star Rail. The other one was, I think it's going to win, and that's the one that I predict will win.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis, though, don't sleep on that.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of good things about that one from non-Final Fantasy fans. So,
well, I hate to say it, but you're wrong. It's Hello Kitty Island Adventure.
If that one wins, it's going to be the shock of the night.
Yeah, I think so too. It's pretty funny. Like when I saw that, I just chuckled and laughed because I just think of that episode of South Park with Butters when they're playing World of Warcraft and Butters is like, "Fuck this! I'm going back to Hello Kitty Island Adventure." So it's just funny that they actually, in 2023 they made it a game, or however how old this game is. With over 80 million downloads, I think Honkai Star Rail. I think they literally put it in this category to win it. I think it has a really good shot to win, and that's my prediction that it's gonna win is Honkai Star Rail. And I would put countless more hours in that game if my PS5 let me. Best community support: Baldur's Gate 3, Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty, Destiny 2, Final Fantasy 14, or No Man's Sky. I think this is another one where Baldur's Gate 3 takes it. But I do feel like Phantom Liberty, it's on the comeback, right? Cyberpunk's on the come up again because it's, the actual game that was supposed to release. Right? And it took them a while to fix everything, and I've heard nothing but great. I mean, it's literally a completely new game with Phantom Liberty update. I think it does have a shot, but I really think Baldur's Gate 3 is probably taking the cake on this one.
This one in particular, I didn't put a lot of heart into. I mean, No Man's Sky here. I picked that it was going to win, and it was my prediction that it was going to win.
Yeah.
Was Final Fantasy 14.
Yes,
but
another great one. Another great one.
No Man's Sky. Don't sleep on that. People really like that game. They continue to play that game after it's basically remade from the ground up.
Another one, very much the Cyberpunk route.
Yeah. With that, they fixed the bugs in Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
But in No Man's Sky, they made it. Well, I guess
they changed it up, man. Like Phantom Liberty, it's literally like a whole new game. Like it's really like they did a good job, and that's why I kind of, alluded that it was the game as it was supposed to be from the get go. It's pretty impressive. Like no joke, really no joke. All right, best ongoing game. Always interesting categories because it almost seems like it's always like the same three are in there, and then there's like a couple new ones. But Apex Legends, Cyberpunk, Phantom Liberty, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, and Genshin Impact. It's my turn, right? Or is it your turn?
I think it's my turn. Okay, yeah, it's my turn. I picked Final Fantasy 14 here.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's gonna win. I predict it to win. The next closest was really Genshin Impact for me, but the Fortnite had a little resurgence because they went back to season 1.
Yeah, the OG map.
Yeah, the OG map and everything, and everybody. It wasn't just kids that were playing this time. Like older people were actually getting involved, so there were less spots to play against.
Yes. Yeah. Very true.
Yeah. So, yep. I'm going with FF14 here.
I think the funny thing is, I don't know. Like, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I think everything has won this category before already. Like Apex, 14, Fortnite, and Genshin. I think they've all won this category already. I think Phantom Liberty. What I think is going to win, what I want to win, I think Phantom Liberty takes it. I think, again, it's back on the come up. It's going to get some goodwill. And I think it takes this award home. I think it's the only one it wins. Because I don't think that any of the actors are going to win. Slight spoiler for what's coming up. But it's pretty impressive what they did, and after that big turmoil they've had with that game, so that's what I'm going with. Next one, Luke's favorite category, innovation and accessibility. Basically, the Sony category, like the Sony game category. Diablo 4, Forza Motorsport, Hi-Fi Rush, Spider-Man 2, MK1, Street Fighter 6. It was very interesting to see the 2 fighting games nominated for this one. But they really did really cater more to people to help people out, play the game, get better at the game. I really think what I think and what I want is Spider-Man 2, which is no doubt in my mind. I think This is the Sony category. It always wins it every year. I'm just going to go with Spider-Man 2. I could be wrong, though. You never know. But that's what my gut's telling me is Spider-Man 2.
Spider-Man 2 for me as well. I went in depth on it this time. I don't know if you saw it. I saw online the Spidey senses. You can change the colors. Yeah. So instead of it just being white, it can be green, purple, orange, or black or whatever.
That's pretty cool. Sony, like, they started this, I think, all the way back with Last of Us Part 2, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And every Sony game after that has ridiculous amount of accessibility options, you know. We probably take it for granted because, we have, like, perfect hands and fingers, and we're not colorblind or anything like that. But there's a lot of people that it's not easy for them to play games, so it's kind of cool that they've went out lately, and Sony kind of led the charge. Now everybody else is doing it, which is good. I think it gets more people to buy your game, more people to play your game at the end of the day, right? So
Yeah.
Best performance, dun dun dun. Ben Starr from Final Fantasy 16, the new Mario. Cameron Morgan, Jedi Survivor. I hope I said his name right. I don't know if I said it right. Idris Elba, Phantom Liberty. Melanie LeBird, Alan Wake 2. Neil Norborn, Baldur's Gate 3. Yuri Lowenthal, Man Spider Dose. What I want to win is Ben Starr in Final Fantasy 16. And I actually am going out on a limb. I think he does win this. I think I think Ben Starr takes the cake on this. It could easily go to Yuri. Like, that wouldn't shock me at all. I don't think it's going to be the Baldur's Gate dude, but I don't know. I haven't played that game, so I can't really make a reference. And I haven't played Alan Wake either. So I can only reference the stuff I played, and I think Ben Starr, I know he got a lot of praise for being Clive. Clive's a great character, a well-designed character, a very fun, flawed character that has some really good, incredible dialogue and scenes in that game. Like a really good game. Like 16 really was really a fantastic experience. So, and he and Sid really made it really good. Like really, really good. So that's what I'm going with. What about you?
I would like Ben Starr to win this. I just feel like Yuri is going to win it, though. I really do.
It wouldn't shock me. I mean, you're right on it.
Yeah, Ben Starr. I mean, I thought Clive was. I thought he was fantastic. A lot of stuff that he did. Without going further into details, I didn't feel like any of his moments were cheesy. I felt that they were real.
Yeah.
So I like what he was doing. No shot at Peter Parker, but no, there was a lot of stuff. There was a lot of unnecessary emotions.
Sounds like you didn't join the compliment club. Well,
I can't wait till we talk about Spider-Man 2. There's gonna be some stuff that we need to talk about.
We're gonna have a lot of fun with that one. All right. This one's always an interesting category, too. It's Best Audio Design. Alan Wake 2, Dead Space, Hi-Fi Rush, Spider-Man 2, RE4 Remake. I like the fact that the horror games got a lot of love here because that's usually what they are. Dead Space Remake easily could have been nominated for more things. It got a 90 Metacritic score. I think this is like the only thing it was nominated for, right? I think this is the only category. There might have been another one, because like I said, we didn't do every fucking category on here, but...
Yeah.
What I want to win... Oh, is it my turn or your turn?
Oh, it's my turn here.
Okay,
on this one. What I would want to win here is I would like Alan Wake 2 to win this one. But Dead Space, if you put the audio headset on for this one, and you put on the right settings, because I've listened to this over my cousin's house.
Yeah.
It's perfect. It's great, in my opinion. And I think it takes this one. And like you said, it is the only one here. But man, the sound effects with the 3D pulse audio, phenomenal. Phenomenal.
What I'm going with is, I think, Resident Evil 4 is gonna take this one basically for the same thing you said for Dead Space. Because the headset, if you have like a 3D audio headset and you have the right settings on your headset, both those horror games are going to take you on a ride. You're going to hear shit you don't want to hear. You're going to hear, gurgly, gross, disgusting noises, creepy footsteps. Really tough category. I feel like this could go to RE4, Spider-Man, and Alan Wake. But I feel like my gut is telling me that RE4 Remake's going to take this one, and that's where I would want to win, is RE4 Remake on this one. Next one is Best Score and Music. Somebody's favorite category. Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy 16, Hi-Fi Rush, and Zelda. It's really interesting because Hi-Fi Rush, literally, the whole game is about music, right? The whole thing is set up about music. It's cool to see it nominated, but I really think, this one I really thought about for a while. I think Zelda's going to take the cake on this one. I kind of want Hi-Fi to kind of win this one because it would just be different, and that's what the whole game's about. But I think Zelda. I think this is the one category Baldur's Gate 3 doesn't win. But I could be wrong.
So this one took me a couple of minutes too. Because this category really spells Hi-Fi Rush here.
Yes, it does. Absolutely.
And Final Fantasy 16's combat music is very underrated.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't break character here. I said it months ago, and I'm gonna stick with it. Zelda is winning this. Zelda is winning this. Okay, I don't care what anybody tells me. Zelda all the way. Let go.
I definitely it's this one's really tough. Like these next ones are tough because it's all the heavy hitters and it's like what you really think is going to happen. Best art direction: Alan Wake 2, Hi-Fi Rush, Liza P, Super Mario Wonder, Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom. I think it's your turn. I think it's your turn.
This one I had another. This one I had some time to really think about. I really started when we did this list from the bottom up because I knew that the first 5 or 6 were going to be, something to really contemplate on.
Yes.
7, because best performance.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm still thinking about it here. I think for this one, I think best.
It's tough, man. It's really tough because all these have I know Alan Wake 2 is more realistic, but it's a gorgeous game. It's a very beautiful game.
The other thing is I was thinking about Liza P here.
Yeah.
And the reason I was thinking about it is, again, it's one of those games with a whole bunch of great games that came out this year that in a down year, it would be more appreciated.
Yes, I agree 100% what you just said. Like this, Liza P and Hi-Fi Rush, both very unique art styles and directions and stuff like that they have.
Yeah.
And they're probably just going to be outshadowed by everything else, unfortunately.
Right, and it's going to be outshadowed, I believe, with the heavy hitters. That's why I picked here. It will win, and I predicted to win is going to be Zelda. But I'm going to tell you, in all honesty, Liza P, some of these games, like when you look through the list, you can't really go wrong with some of these games. And unfortunately, there's just so many heavy hitters. And it was like that last year, too. It's not the deepest. It's not the last year's games wasn't the deepest field,
No.
but compared to this year, but there were some games last year that went under the radar because of God of War and Elden Ring,
Yes.
and now we're going to do the same thing here with Baldur's Gate 3 and Zelda.
Yes.
So, and Spider-Man 2, I mean, unfortunately, um, you know, yeah. So the first Spider-Man, when that came out, that went under the radar too. I forgot what was it. It was Red Dead and God of War, right?
Yep.
That year, the first Spider-Man came out.
Yep. It was Spider-Man, uh, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Celeste, God of War, Red Dead Redemption 2, and Monster Hunter World.
Yeah, I mean that's
packed year, stacked year.
Yep. So I'll go with Zelda here, but shout out to the other games.
Yeah.
Going forward because you are. It's not going to be a scenario where you're gone and forgotten.
I really wouldn't be shocked if Wonder took this one, Super Mario Wonder, because that is a very unique art style, and normally the 2D Mario game never gets nominated for anything, really.
Yep.
And the fact that it got nominated for Game of the Year and multiple other categories, I think it has a legit shot. A little bit of cannibalism because of Zelda in here, but I'm gonna go with what you said. I think Zelda takes it. I really feel like Zelda takes this one. I really do. It took me a few moments when I did this list earlier because I was like, man, this is tough. But that's what my gut is telling me. But I wouldn't be shocked if it was Super Mario Wonder either. If they wanted to give Nintendo more awards for another game. Best Narrative. Alan Wake 2. Baldur's Gate 3. Phantom Liberty. Cyberpunk 2077. The Rollo game. Final Fantasy 16 and Spider-Man 2. I was going to say Super Mario Maker.
Mario 2.
I was going to say Super Mario Maker 2.
I think you were going to say Super Mario 2.
Yeah.
I was going to be like, what?
Yeah. Best narrative. I think it's my turn, right?
Yep.
Ooh, shit. I got to lead off for Game of the Year. I didn't plan that. Uh-oh.
We can switch it if you want.
No, I'll do it. Best narrative. I'm going to say this out here, and I don't think it has a shot to win. I think Phantom Liberty is the one that's going to get shouted on here. I don't know enough about it in terms of the story. I just know a lot of people loved it. It was reviewed well. It was a big fix for all the cyberpunk problems. But I don't think it has a shot here. This is really tough. I really enjoyed Final Fantasy 16 story. I enjoyed most of the story, especially the Kraven and Venom parts of Spider-Man 2. I think those were worth the price of admission alone to play that game. But I still had a few story problems with that. Baldur's Gate 3, I don't know anything about the story. Except for the fact that you could have sex with bears and shit. And whatever you want to have sex with. Alan Wake 2, heard nothing but great things. Like, excellent fucking things about Alan Wake 2. But I think Spider-Man 2 takes the cake. I think that's where they're going to lean on it. I think Spider-Man 2, what I would want to win, is Final Fantasy 16.
Yeah. So for as much as I've been hyping up Alan Wake 2, I haven't played it yet.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, Phantom Liberty here, I viewed it as the fifth choice.
Yeah, me too.
And which goes to what I was saying earlier. It's just unfortunate circumstances because it's probably very good, but I just don't think it's it.
Yeah.
But I think Spider-Man's gonna win it, and then I think, Spider-Man wins it, and I predicted Baldur's Gate 3 wins it here, but
Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, it could. I mean, it could. It wouldn't shock me. But I just feel like it's gonna go to. I don't know why. I just feel like it's gonna go with Spider-Man 2.
yeah.
Best game direction: Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Spider-Man 2, Super Mario Wonder, and then Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. And literally, this is the Game of the Year category minus RE4 Remake. You just add an RE4 Remake for the Game of the Year category. But what's your prediction, my friend? And what do you want to win?
Yeah, this is the one category that I personally don't like because if it wins here, it's kind of like a spoiler for Game of the Year.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's very unfortunate. I usually like to go something different here in hopes that it would be something different, but this year I didn't. Um, this year I didn't, and I will say, um, I think Baldur's Gate 3 wins it here. But I would like Zelda to win this category.
I'm with you 100%. I think Baldur's Gate 3 takes this one. And I think Zelda probably deserves the shot to win this, but it's literally, I hate to say it, the next two, this one and Game of the Year, it's a flip of a coin between those two. It's either Baldur's Gate 3 or Zelda. It can go either way. Unfortunately, I don't think Wonder, Spider-Man 2, or Alan Wake 2 are going to be considered as much. I could be wrong. I mean, recency bias might hit Spider-Man 2 and Alan Wake 2 and take some votes away from Zelda. And Baldur's Gate, because Zelda's the oldest game on here by a long shot. Like, that came out a while ago, right? Like May.
Yeah, it always seemed like to me recency bias does play a factor, which is why I wouldn't be surprised if how there's a mystery team for certain players. If the mystery category is Spider-Man 2 here.
Yeah.
But I highly doubt it. Highly doubt it.
Yeah. That's how I felt too. I really feel like it's Baldur's Gate or Zelda's to lose. Like one of the two are gonna take it. But let's have some fun, finish up our predictions, and then go into Game of the Year, baby. And I'm gonna start off with a bang.
Okay.
I'm gonna start off with Nintendo.
I
don't think this is gonna happen, but this will be funny as shit if it does. And you heard it here first. Switch 2 reveal, but a Nintendo Direct a week later for the full unveil. So it's a little teaser. They're gonna be like, "Hey, Switch 2, this is what it looks like. See the full unveil. Nintendo Direct next week or whatever."
Yeah. If that were to get announced there, that would be epic. But
it'd be pretty wild. Timing is kind of right because Switch 1 came out in March, right?
Yeah.
And it was unveiled in December, so.
So, I think we're going to see here, we're going to stay with PlayStation for a moment or two. I'm going to finish them up real quick with my predictions. Death Stranding 2, I think, will be here with the release date. I think it was unveiled last year, right?
Yes.
At the Game Awards. Yes. I think this year will be a release date.
Jeff Keighley's best friend, Kojima.
Yep. So I think that will be revealed. I think we may get some gameplay here.
Yep. I literally had the same thing. Death Stranding 2 trailer with release date. Yep, I think that's a good one. I think that's probably one of the more predictable ones, obviously, because they're already hyping it up already on Twitter, and Jeff's really good friends with Kojima. Kojima's gonna come through, and I don't know if they said fully yet, but I think Sony will have marketing rights again. I think it'll be a PlayStation 5 exclusive for like 6 months again before it goes on PC, like the first game did.
Yeah.
I think very much that's how it's gonna go. I'm gonna also go and stay in Sony. This is my last Sony one. Stellar Blade re-reveal for 2024 release. So we've known about Stellar Blade for quite a while. It was known as something different at first, but they called it Stellar Blade recently, and they shown it at not this year's Sony. What's it called? Showcase. It was like last year's showcase, the year before showcase. They unveiled it as Stellar Blade. I think it's time to see that game again, and it's been confirmed for 2024. So I think we'll see. I think we'll get it in 2024.
I think Naughty Dog is here. I think they show Factions 2.
Oh shit!
Of whatever they want to call a Factions game. I know that game has been in trouble for a while now.
It seems like it, yes.
And I kind of don't want to put it this way, but since you don't have any more Sony ones left, I wrote down it was either going to be Factions 2 or it was going to be a new IP that they were going to show.
Ah.
So, but I do think Neil will be here to show something.
They're working on 2 space games, aren't they? Right? Like, isn't Naughty Dog doing a space game? And then
I thought that was what's his name that was working on the space game. Corey.
Yes, Corey is for sure. But a new rumor came around that they're
working on a space game too.
Yeah, that Naughty Dog was doing one of the IPs is a space game.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're like going back to space now.
I got a lot of comments about that, but I'll make them off camera.
My last Microsoft one is Gears 4 trailer, no release date. So it's gonna be like a little teaser.
You took my idea too. Yeah. I should say you got my idea as well.
Well, great minds think alike, but I'm a greater mind than you. That was mean. You don't deserve that. I apologize.
Yeah, whatever, fathead.
You've been a super best friend. You've been great to the channel. What's your next one?
This one, I'm going to say Borderlands 4 is here.
Oh, I completely forgot about that. That's a good one. Because that supposedly leaked, right?
Supposedly that's close. 4 is closer than the Tiny Tina Wonders 2 game.
Yeah, which would make sense. I mean, we just got that game not too long ago.
But they've been close for, I don't even know how long. It's been like a year or two, right? Since they said that we're getting actual, close to a reveal. I think it will be revealed here.
Yeah, and they also mentioned the wait wasn't going to be nearly as long for 4 than it was for 3. Like 3, we waited a long time. What was it, like 8 years or something?
Yeah,
it was a long time before that game. They kept re-releasing Borderlands 2 over and over, and then DLC, and it got a new DLC before 3 even came out. That was the funny. I think it was free though. I think, but it led right into 3, which was pretty cool. That was pretty fun. That was a fun stream I did with Angry Steve. Shout out to him, friend of the channel. I got a couple more Nintendo ones. I'm gonna go with Metroid Prime 4 re-reveal with release date for 2025, and I'm also gonna go with Fire Emblem 4 remake. They generally do a remake lately for Fire Emblem. There's like a pattern they have. They have like the new game and then a remake and then another new game. Which they kind of broke with Engage, because Engage that came out this year was another new game. So I think it's time. There's been a lot of rumors that they were going to remake 4 for a while. It could be too early. I don't know. Nintendo is really the big mystery for me. That's why I kind of was pulling at straws, just kind of like, let's just have some fun. Let's go with Switch 2 reveal, Metroid Prime 4. Re-reveal with a release date, and then Fire Emblem 4 remake. The only one that's might actually happen is the Metroid Prime 4 one. That's like the most realistic one out of those 3. in my opinion.
Realistically, I didn't have a lot. I do have a ding for Nintendo here,
Mm-hmm.
but I just feel like that they're, whatever that they unveil will be
Mm-hmm.
at their shows. So I
Yes.
don't think
Yeah.
they would bother to really put it at Keeley's show. I'm thinking it's more of like Xbox and third party and
That's
PlayStation.
true.
But
That's definitely true. But Nintendo's had some huge fucking announcements here. They've given Jeff
no,
some good stuff. So,
no, you're right.
so,
So
but
I
they're
just figured here this year they wouldn't.
to me, it
But
feels like Tears of the Kingdom and Wonder are kind of like the end of the Switchy one for me. I think it's time to see Switchy 2, but I don't know. That's the feeling I kind of get, but I don't know how anybody else feels because Switch is what 7, 8 years old now. It's getting long in the tooth.
so, yeah, I wonder if didn't they just release another system? Like an LED, what was it?
Oh, OLED,
LED.
yeah, like last year OLED, but that wasn't like a
Yeah,
that
yeah,
wasn't like a really new. It was just a nicer screen and
yep.
battery life.
Um, for Xbox, I have. I think we see a trailer of Outer Worlds here.
Okay, it
So
might be time for that.
it's been, I want to say, 2 years,
I think so. I
and they
think you're
said,
right.
that they were just beginning development.
Yeah.
So maybe it makes an appearance here. And for Xbox, I don't think it will be a release date, but I think it will just be like, well, it's coming, and here's like end of 2024, maybe beginning of 2025. So this is what it looks like.
Yes. Yeah. I think that's a good one to say. That's a good one. I think that's a pretty reasonable one too. I forgot to think about it. There could be another Fable trailer here, possibly.
Yep.
With actual gameplay this time. Instead of just the story trailer they had. I know they had that one guy from the one British actor from that IP show back in the day that's in it. But Capcom mentioned that there was another big game they yet to reveal that was going to be for 2024. And my money is on Monster Hunter World 2. And I think there's a shot it could be here. But I think Sony will also have the marketing rights for that one as well. But there's one more big title from them. I don't think it's Devil May Cry 6 yet. I don't think it's Resident Evil 5 remake. It could be. I think that'd be too soon, too fast of a turnaround. Especially since
I never really know.
Yeah, or 8, actually 9, right? It would technically be
9.
9, right? It could be 9. I don't think there's going to be any extra DLC for 4 because we just got the Ada Wong one, and that was really good. That was really fun. But I think Monster Hunter, it seems like Rise, like they killed off Rise pretty quickly. A game I have like 400 hours in, no platinum yet. But I think it's time. I think Monster Hunter World 2. Book it.
I'm staying with Xbox here, and I'm going with Fallout New Vegas remake.
Ooh. That would be fun. I mean, that would be monumental for Xbox. People love New Vegas, man. And then when they acquired that studio, there's a chance. Yep. There's a chance.
And Obsidian, they kind of like joked about it, right?
Yeah,
so
they
on
did
their
already.
Twitter.
Yep.
So I think they have. If I remember correctly, there was supposed to be a remake that they're working on, right? Is it 3 that was in that leak?
I think it was 3. I think it was Fallout 3 remake. Yes.
Yeah,
I think New
I remember
Vegas
that there
would
was
be.
one that leaked and they were pissed about it.
Yeah, I think it
They
was.
had like a whole bunch of leaks.
I think it was 3. Yeah, I think that was the one. I think New Vegas would be the cooler route, but 3 was very popular too. I mean, people love 3. I think 3 is much better than 4 as well. So, but
Yep.
we live in that day and age. I think you need to take advantage of it. So, Sega has been sending a lot of YouTubers, Twitch streamers, and popular streamers an invitation card to watch the Game Awards December 7th, which is tomorrow, and this podcast will go up tomorrow morning so you guys can watch it before the Game Awards. And they've been hinting like, hey, watch December 7th at the Game Awards. There's going to be something big. So, my gut was thinking Persona 6. But I also think it could be a Sonic game. I think it could be a Sonic game.
Well, you mentioned this to Brandy last night,
Yeah.
and for whatever the reason, and I didn't get a chance to look this up.
Yeah.
To see if this game goes with them, but if they made this game, because I don't remember. But when you mentioned it, I didn't get a chance to blurt it out. I was thinking Virtual Fighter.
Virtua Fighter 6 is a Sega game. And the funny thing is that you mentioned that the day before when we were talking about or actually no, it's when you left. We continued talking about the Sega game. And I told him it wouldn't be shocking if it was Virtua Fighter 6. Which would be a huge reveal. That would be big. I mean, another fighting game coming back. But my gut was saying Persona.
And one of the reasons I was thinking about it because I saw the card. They got this little card that's going around. And the font is Virtual Fighter. Like.
I saw somebody flash the card really quick, so I didn't look at the font. So you might have hit it on the money. I wouldn't be shocked if it's Virtua Fighter 6. That would be big. It would be probably a letdown for all the Persona fans I just hyped up right there. But that was my gut feeling initially. But it wouldn't shock me. Absolutely would not shock me if that's Virtua Fighter 6. You got any more?
Yeah, I got a couple.
Yeah, I got
you want me to just start rattling off?
No, just take your time. I got one more. So you could do one, I could do one, then you could do your last one.
Okay, well, for this one, I got Kingdom Hearts 4.
Oh, okay.
It's been a minute since we heard anything from that game. I think the unveiling of that game was, 2 years now?
A while ago, yeah. I think it was like 2 years.
Yeah, so I think Kingdom Hearts 4 will be here. I don't know if they're... the first word that came to my mind was assy. If they're and I'm going to say, I don't know if they're assy enough to show a release date, because it still might be further out.
Probably not, but ever since they went to Unreal Engine, these games are coming out quick.
Yeah.
They're coming out hot, so I don't think it'll be too long.
Yeah, I'm going to go on a limb, and I'm going to say that we see a projected release date.
Okay. I think that's a safe bet if they do it. I don't know if they're going to do... They're going to do... Square's going to do something, and I think you said it earlier. I think it's going to be the 16 DLC. I think that's the smart way to go. FF16 DLC. I think this one's probably a long shot. But I'm going to go with Remedy announcing, showing, and revealing Max Payne 1 and 2 Remake.
Oh, that would be nice.
I think they're doing them together, or are they doing them separately? Or maybe just Max Payne 1 Remake then. But I think it might be a little early to do that, but Remedy's on a roll. Control was a big hit. Alan Wake 2 is a huge hit for them. Nominated for, obviously, as you saw, multiple Game Awards. Hugely praised this year. They went back to a very realistic horror-like story. It's interesting how they're intertwining Control into that as well. I don't think it'll be Control 2 yet. And we know for a long time they're working on Max Payne 1 and 2 remake. And they just talked about how they're ramping up working on it right now, so might be a little early, but I'm going to predict that. That's my last prediction.
I could be there though, because from what I read, half of their, and this was when Alan Wake 2 went gold.
Yes.
They were already working on it, but it was like half their studio was working on Alan Wake 2, and then half was working on that, and now it's going to their full attention to that. So it could be there. Yeah. Who knows how long they've been working on it?
That's a good point then. Okay. That's why you get paid the big bucks, Louis. What's your final one, or do you have a couple more?
I have a couple more I'm going to rattle off here. I think Nintendo doesn't make a presence here, but I think it's going to be an expansion, maybe, of Animal Crossing.
Oh, dude. God, that'd be a dream come true.
Maybe we get more games added to the library of the older, what was it, 64 and
yep.
A whole bunch of games.
That's a good bet. I think that will happen.
I think we see another trailer of Rebirth here.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit more gameplay-ish. And the final one that I have here, I'm looking through and making sure, is FromSoft's new IP. I think is here.
Oh wow! Oh shit, that'd be fucking big. That'd be really big if they got that. So I think it's just gonna be Elden Ring DLC, but that'd be huge. That'd be monumental for a Jeff Keighley show. My dream game for this Game Awards would be a Star Fox game from Nintendo, and I don't think that's happening. I don't think that's happening. It ain't happening. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is what you were here for. The game of the year. Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Spider-Man 2, RE4 Remake, Super Mario Wonder, and Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. And your winner is, for the 2023 Game Awards, my prediction and my thought is Baldur's Gate 3. I actually think it will be Zelda Tears of the Kingdom.
Okay. Well, I said it earlier this year. I said Zelda's going to win.
Yep.
Then Baldur's Gate 3, and I think I mentioned it in earlier pods too, then just go ahead and crown them. Baldur's Gate 3 really took the Game Award by storm.
It did. It came out of nowhere like RKO, man. Like, it was...
Yeah.
Like, nobody thought that game was getting the high praise it did, like a 97 Metacritic. Like...
And I just want to say that personally, I'm really rooting for Alan Wake 2 to win this.
Okay.
Because I'm really invested in that franchise, that series, Remedy itself. But that's not what I predicted. I predicted, I think Baldur's Gate 3 will be a 2023 winner. I would like to be right here and say that Zelda wins it, though. But sometimes you can't always get what you want. Baldur's Gate 3 seems to be the heavy favorite here. I want to play it myself. Yeah. I own Zelda. And, I mean, the hype for Zelda, I mean, at the time before, just crazy.
Yeah.
You got the collector's edition, right?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. It's...
Go ahead, you can talk.
No, I was going to say...
Here it is.
I was going to say, there was a point where you couldn't say nothing about Zelda.
Yeah.
And I just, going off that crazy fan base there, And not that the game is obviously not good. I think it is very good.
Yeah.
Um, but Baldur's Gate, man, I gotta tell
Yeah.
you,
What you just
just
what you just said was absolutely true. Like when Breath of the Wild came out, you could not say anything. But Tears of the Kingdom did not have that same fascination with it. Like people really took criticism with that game. Like there was no problem with it. And we were all talking about it in the last pod that the last game of the year pod that Tears of the Kingdom, hands down, nothing's gonna beat it. But Baldur's Gate really came out of nowhere. I think it has a legit shot, but I think you're right though. I know you want to be right with Zelda winning, and there's a good chance that it's going to be a flip of the coin, like we said a few minutes earlier. But those last two categories, it's going to be it's a coin toss. It's going to be 50-50 in my mind. If Zelda wins it, not shocking to me. If Baldur's Gate wins it, not shocking to me. It's excellent year for video games. It is really, really tough to win it this year. It was a fantastic. There's so many games that got edged out, didn't even get nominated. Hi-Fi Rush, Street Fighter 6, and what was the other one? Dead Space. Dead Space remake.
Yep.
All had 90 plus Metacritic scores, and they got all edged out. Final Fantasy 7, not 7. Final Fantasy 16, 87 Metascore, didn't get nominated for Game of the Year. It was that deep of a roster this year. So, all I gotta say, great gaming year. Shout out to the GG Nation, the GG Legion. Shout out to Little Louie. This was fun. It's always one of my favorite pods to do. We will be back in a couple days to do a quick one. A quick, probably 20, 30-minute one. Which means it'll be an hour-long pod because we just ramble too much. But we will be talking about the aftermath of the Game Awards. But thank you guys for joining us today. Make sure you smash the hell out of the like button. Comment down below. What is your game of the year? What you think is going to win? Or you're like, F it, I don't care about the Game Awards. Let us know down below. Shout out to Little Louie. Man, it feels good to be back. Long overdue. Excited to move forward. We're outie.
see ya.